Hi! So today I wanted to do a hairstyle that I recently posted on my Instagram. It's almost like a faux hawk look. Anyways, if you want to see a picture, well, for one, I'm going to do it right now, but there's a picture on my Instagram where I kind of took a picture in a mirror and you can kind of see what it looks like. Well, I'm going to describe how I do that today because it's a super easy, simple hairstyle, but it looks like it took a little bit more effort than it actually does. So I hope this filming setup ends up okay. I'm in my closet, and as you can see right here, there's a mirror. So I can see what I'm doing, and you'll be able to see what I'm doing from the side, and I'll turn and try to show you all the angles so you can see what you need to see. Anyways, what you will need is a comb, like I have a rat tail comb here, some hair ties, some bobby pins. I have some big, some small. Of course, just use what works best for you. And I'm going to be using one extension at the very end. So you will see how that works. So if you would like to see how I do the faux hawk fun, it's kind of like a messy version, and it's definitely not slicked. I kind of intentionally make it a little bit messier for myself, but this is one that you could even kind of like slick back and make a little bit more like edgy looking if you'd like. I kind of soften it up a bit. So I kind of do it up high. I kind of start like, you know, eyebrow length maybe, and I just kind of easily smooth it back, and I try to stay pretty straight on the parts, but I'm not like a real stickler about it, like I said, because I make this look kind of soft, whereas you might want to be a little straighter on the parts if you were doing it more edgy, as I mentioned. Now I do it pretty tight. Now here's what you'll do. I didn't like tighten it completely. I just put it around my ponytail as many times as it would go around. And now I'm just going to kind of poof it up from the front and make it pull out any pieces, make it look how I want it to look from the front. Okay, so once I have my ponytail kind of arranged a bit, I'm going to pull this back a tiny bit, separate a hole into my ponytail. I'm trying to think of the best way to show you. And then I'm just going to, over the top, not under, but over the top, pull it through. So you're left with this little bump here, and then you can take from in the loop right here, tighten it. See how I did that there? So I'm looping it in and I'm tightening it. Now here's what it looks like from the front, and I usually adjust this like really quickly right now, but mostly adjust it at the end. So I'm going to go on into my second level where I'm basically doing the same thing. I'm just going about halfway down this time to about where my ears are, and I'm just pulling up the second level, and I'm going to do the same thing. So now with this second ponytail, I'm going to take the hair that was hanging down from my top bun up here and connect it with the second half from down here and just do the same thing. I'm just going to pull it, as you know, into its tightest ponytail, pull it out a little bit, open this up, and pull this bit through. And then take from right here and tighten. And you're left with that. So now that I've done the two and I fixed it how I want in the front, the bottom one I just put in a plain ponytail. I don't do the flip through or anything like that. It's just in its own plain ponytail. And is what I'm going to do, and this is like the easiest thing in the world you can ever do with extensions. Now if you have a lot of hair, of course you won't need to do this, but for me it's just easier than teasing it up and trying to make my little ponytail a big, a big bun at the bottom. So these two are loops. The bottom one's just a bun, but it's kind of a fun bun, so I'm going to just clip, as I'm really unofficially clipping in these extensions. Because it doesn't matter where the clips end up, I'm just going to be pulling this into a bun, so it'll end up covered. So I just kind of have my extensions just oddly clipped back there. And then I'm just going to twist this around. And then when I get down to the end, one thing I like to do is like pull up a loop and just pull the ends like through a loop. And then I'm just going to pin in around the bun. And then we've got just the bun on the bottom. And I'm having a hard time seeing it as I normally would, but this is the idea. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray and kind of play with it from the front, and then I'm going to pin it in to kind of perfect it in the back the way that I would like it to be. So right now I'm just using Redken number 12 Fashion Work, which is like a, you know, a workable hairspray, kind of a light hold. And I really like it for this because, as I mentioned, I like to do this specific hairstyle kind of messy. And I don't want it to be like really stiff down. I really like the little flyaways that happen. So anyways, I'm just going to pin a few pieces in, probably not too many. Just going to kind of feel, this is what I normally do, kind of feel around, and then I look in a mirror to see if I got everything that I wanted to get. All the little pieces, you know, to at least cover up the, you know, ponytail holders and such. I'm going to take a look. It's pretty much how I would want it. So I'm just going to try to like turn and show you all the way around. Hopefully I stayed pretty well in frame. At least you get the idea. So it's just the two top ponytails are flipped under and kind of fanned out. And the bottom, I clip in extensions and make a bun. Or you can, if you have a lot of hair, you can just make a bun there. But the hair from the top ponytail gets added to the middle, which gets added to the bottom. And it all kind of gets fanned out and messed up and pinned in a bit and sprayed. And then I just pull out some hairs. But anyways, this is kind of a like casual big updo is kind of how I think of it. Because it does kind of take up the entire span of your head, but because it's not like big from the front, it has kind of a casual vibe to it. And it takes even less time than it took me right now, because normally when I'm doing it myself, I don't have to, you know, explain the steps as I go along. So it's just really simple and it's really fun, and I thought I would share it because it's also a little different. So hopefully you found this helpful, and hopefully you have a wonderful day.